Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction and review for Boku no Hero Academia chapter 169. Sorry this is a day later than usual, I guess, but the translation was up late again. I guess what I'm going to do next week, if it isn't up around the same time as One Piece, is I'll go around and look, see if there's any other translation I like. But yeah, I have an idea for if this is late again next week, so that it won't be late usually. So that becoming late won't be the usual thing it becomes. But either way, let's go ahead and read this. I haven't really been spoiled. All I saw are other people I watch who react to this and make videos on Boku no Hero Academia. Seemed like Kyoko was in the thumbnail, so I'm thinking maybe this will be centered around her, which is good. I like Kyoko as a character, but I wouldn't really say that that spoiled me on anything. But either way, we have Jump Comics number 196, Culture Festival, and I read this and I was like, Culture Festival, whatever, but then I see here at the top, in celebration of the upcoming Volume 17, the start of the Culture Festival arc, a color illustration. I'm actually happy about that. When I heard Culture Festival, I thought it was just going to be like a one-and-done little slice of life kind of chapter. But no, if this is starting an arc, there have been other action series or... yeah, it's kind of an action series. It's shonen, the sort of shonen series. There have been series like this that have had Culture Festival arcs that I've really, really liked, or Summer Festival, or whatever kind of festival they want to call it. Good festival arcs. So I'm excited now if this is going to be an actual arc where maybe even villains and stuff get involved. It's going to be really cool. Gravity Transcending Pull. We have a cute Urarako Chako cover. And let's see what we got going on page 2, the actual first page of the chapter. Oh hey, hyping up the anime coming back. I am excited. April 4th, or April 7th I think it said. Yeah, April 7th. Had to scroll back up. And some sort of movie. I don't know. I've not usually been too much into anime movies, but some are really good. I like all the One Piece movies. They've all been good. I like the Madoka Magica movie, so good. But either way, we're starting off with Ashido here. Look, watch this. A spring in her step. And then she does this cool little spinny flip thing. Breakdancing. Come to think of it, dancing was a hobby of hers, says Aoyama. If you're gonna wear something under it, at least take the skirt off, says Mineta, of course, just kind of being, So Ashido's physical prowess is derived from her dancing hobby. How do I put this? It's like everything she does, she puts her whole body into it, says Izuku, looking through his notes. I won't soon forget my cape being burned away during our first combat training session, says Aoyama, and then Hagakure is bopping Mineta on the head. I kind of want to try it too. Ask her to teach you, says Kaminari. You got it, my dude. Let's break it down. I'll do my best. The same can be said for Sato Sweets, but, says Kaminari. And they're all trying to dance. It sure is nice to have a hobby that can be put to immediate use as a hero. That kind of thing really makes you strong. And we have Yaoyorozu and Kyoko watching on. Speaking of hobbies, Jiro's got a pretty amazing one too. What? Come on, cut it out. I mean, your room was like a full-blown instrument shop. That goes beyond the level of a hobby. Just stop talking about it, would you? Can't we just forget about the whole Room King thing? Really though, you're like a pro musician. I gotta say it's super cute. I'm serious, she says, pointing the earphone jack at him. But why? Says Kaminari. And she storms off. It's time. I saw his face. When I was saying I liked Kyoko as a character, or Jiro, I was about to say, she's not my favorite. She's no Kirishima or Aizawa. The two of them are up there for my favorites. This panel of Aizawa was great. It's time for the Culture Festival. What is that? Translator's note, Aizawa was announcing the festival, and everyone's reactions. Finally a normal school event. In Japanese, you would say Gakko-poi, school-like. Okay, but they shorten it to Gappoi and use it as an exclamation. Normally, in this situation, they'd say Yahoi or Yahoo, but instead they say Gappoi, which rhymes. Okay, that's not really... I really didn't need to read all of that in hindsight. Either way, they're celebrating. You're not going to see Eri today, Mr. Aizawa, says Asui. I feel like we haven't seen Asui in a while. I'll fill you in on that afterward. I know she was part of the last arc, but I feel like we even barely saw her in the last arc. Or the last full arc, not counting the stuff with the kids and such. Culture Festival. Here we go. Something a normal school would do. We gotta decide what we're gonna do. Is this really alright? Being so carefree with everything that's going on, says Kirishima. Kirishima, you sure have changed. But it's true, ain't it? Villains are thriving right now. A reasonable opinion, says Aizawa. But lest you forget, UA is more than just the hero department. If the sports festival is the hero department's time to shine, then the culture festival is where the other departments really stand out, and we have a reminder of the business, general studies, and support departments. While it's true that it's not nearly as big of a spectacle, it's an event that they really look forward to. And given the current state of things with the introduction of the dorms, there are a lot of people who have been feeling stressed since everything has been revolving around the hero department. This kid in the business department example, that hair. Or is that hair? Is that his head? I think it's just hair. Thinking about it that way, I feel pretty bad about it, says Kirishima. Yes, in this situation it isn't really fair to expect them to just act with restraint. This year, unlike in past years, we'll be putting on the Culture Festival exclusively within the school community, with the exception of a few other related parties. I know that I said you all aren't the stars of the show this time around, but each class has to do something. So today we'll be deciding what to showcase as a class. Then, without further ado, your very own class president, Tenya Ito, will take the helm, he says, pulling out a stack of papers. I'll do my utmost to ensure that everyone's ideas are accounted for. First of all, let's put a list together. If anyone has a suggestion, raise your hand. Okay. Me. Oh, God, what an overwhelmingly fast response. But I will not be daunted. I'll collect everyone's ideas. Kaminari, let's do a maid cafe. Maid, cleaning, I see. So community service, not bad. I love his idea of all the girls in the maid uniforms. Hagakure adorable in the back. That's weak, Kaminari. Mineta, boob. And then he gets hung up by Tsuyu. Is there a wait around here? Uraraka, a toy store. Not really sure how that would work. An arm wrestling tournament, says Kirishima. That'd be intense. A haunted house. Never heard of it, but sounds fun. This is Hagakure's idea. How about a crepe stand, says Sato. Takeout. Nice. Dancing, says Ashido. That would be quite the show. A petting zoo, says Koda. I like Koda a lot too. We rarely see Koda do anything ever. A petting zoo. A culture festival of darkness, says Tokiyami. Oh, my sparkling show, says Aoyama. A skit or something, says Kyoka. Not bad. No, it is a bad idea. Skits are always the worst decision because it's what every basic bitch wants to do. So Kyoka, I like you as a character, but no, it's not a good idea. And then Kaminari looks over at her. Alright, anything else? And Aizawa's basically sleeping through it. Now they have all their ideas written down, and I just see boob as one of them. There's martial arts demonstration, frog song chorus. I was trying to see handmade soba stand. If they're hero quiz, it's probably Izuku's. I wonder, you could probably guess which each of them were. Death match is likely Katsuki's. Local history research project, probably Ida's. Study party is probably Yaoyorozu's. I like how you can kind of tell what each of them are. And see, that's good when you sort of get to know all of the characters well enough to be able to tell which one each of them are. Then that shows that the characters are being sufficiently developed. Alright, looks like we collected everyone's suggestions. I'll take the liberty of eliminating those suggestions that are not school appropriate or simply impossible to implement. Ah, merciless. Huh? Then why bother asking us then, says Bakugo. What's with local history research project? Boring. You can say that again. Yep. I don't care either way, but the other ones sound more fun. I cannot oppose the will of the class, says Ida. And we do study parties all the time anyway. I just wanted to be useful. I couldn't help myself, says Yaoyorozu. Why don't we just combine all the food ones together? I don't know if soba and crepes go together. And then they're just again talking in the background. I'm telling ya, you can't have oriental crepes. Quiet. We should do the haunted house after all, then. Quiet, class, says Ida, yelling. It appears we weren't able to come to a consensus, says Yaoyorozu. Then the bell rings. Well, that was quite the unproductive meeting. Make your decision by tomorrow morning. Aizawa just ditching out. If you still haven't decided by then, it'll be a public lecture. Got it? The dramatic panel. Public lecture. There has to be a hint somewhere, says Ida. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Where's the interns? And Bakugo? They've got supplementary lessons. They said they'd go along with our decision since they wouldn't be able to participate in the meeting. And Bakugo's sleeping. I tried thinking it over again after calming down a bit, but the stress of the other classes that Mr. Aizawa was talking about will be the ones helping them vent that stress. We've got to come up with a good plan, he says. I agree. We're all aspiring heroes after all. We need to make up for all the trouble we've been causing everyone, says Yaoyorozu in a cute sweater. Yeah, and I've got to say, it would be a tall order for us to satisfy UA students who have experienced the cafeteria lunch rush with food. Ah, so you're saying the food stands are a no-go. That'd depend on the individual, but we need to think about providing a service for the other classes as well. Putting it that way, I guess you're right. It wouldn't be right if we're the only ones having fun. It pains me to admit it, but we're no match for the lunch rush. So that means, rather than serving food, we'll be delivering some sort of experience, and thinking back to our list from before, haunted house. Best idea. Look how cute Hagakure is, though, in her hoodie. A maid cafe, petting zoo, or a haunted house? Actually, if we did a zoo, it seems like it'd be difficult from a sanitary perspective. Too bad. Is a skit no good either? No one wants to see a bunch of amateurs on stage. That'd just heighten their stress even more. It'd be real fun to dance with everyone. We have Ashido just leaning back, looks back at Todoroki. Yeah, dancing sounds good, don't you think? Says Todoroki. You're the last person I was expecting to back me up on this, says Ashido. Let me borrow this for a sec. There was that one thing, I forget what it's called. You know, the one where everyone's fooling around? Yeah, something like this. This isn't a Todoroki-like suggestion at all. When did you become such a party animal, Todoroki? I didn't. And it looks like basically that's supposed to be a rave or something? Or just a concert? I think Ida had the right idea. And for that, we should put on an event where everyone can just let loose and enjoy themselves. That'd be the most fitting for the occasion, don't you think? That's just a suggestion from my experience at the provisional license class, though. What kind of class were you taking, says Sato, thinking about him and Bakugo dancing. I see, says Ida. We've been over this, haven't we? There's nothing more stressful than watching a bunch of amateurs make fools of themselves on stage, says Sero. I can teach everyone. 2 steps, and we have Aoyama in the background doing the dance she taught him in Izuku earlier. Whoa, earlier he was a complete novice with some weird moves, but in just a day he's already mastered that dance. Ashido's really an amazing instructor. Hold your horses, says Mineta. Dance is all about rhythm, in other words sound. We need great music to pull our audience in. Speaking of music, says Hagakure, and they all look at Jiro. What? Jiro is so cute. We'll put on a live performance with Jiro's instruments. Hold on a minute. Why? You're great at playing and performing, Jiro, and you always look like you're having fun whenever you're playing music. But, I mean, Ashido, and everyone else too. You guys all have amazing hobbies that are actually useful to you as heroes, you know. But, as for me, it really is nothing but a hobby, and honestly, it's not something that I like bragging about to others. Is that why you were acting weird this afternoon, says Kaminari. Being able to play all those instruments like that is super cool. Then she blushes. Jiro, says Koda running over. Your music is something that could put smiles on a lot of people's faces, so of course it's useful. It's a perfect hobby for a hero to have. You've both made your points, but From here on out, it's up to Jiro to decide, says Yaoyorozu. After being told all that, if I were to still refuse, it wouldn't be rockin' at all, would it? Says Jiro. Oh, then it's decided. Class A will be putting on a music and dance club with live performances. They finally decided, but what's that on the monitor? Okay, so maybe this is some sort of villain that hypnotizes people with music or something, and it's just going to be like a quick, fun little arc, which honestly, I'd be totally into. I think we need a cute, fun little arc. An arc that reminds us more of the early arcs of the series. I think it'd be good to get back to something like that, but I have absolutely loved the past few chapters. I believe this is the end. Let me check, make sure there isn't another page. Yeah, this is the end. I have loved these past few chapters because we actually get to see the class just hanging around and stuff, and that is one of my favorite things. Like I said, character development. I love especially seeing how the characters are getting so developed now, where we could tell which ideas on the board were likely theirs. So yeah, I really, really like this one in particular. And I like all the detail that Horikoshi puts in to give them all these different styles and, yeah, just the different ways they dress when they're not in their uniforms and stuff, too. I think overall a lot of thought is put into the series, and that's why I like chapters like this, because you can really see it coming through. Whereas when you're going through a fighting arc, like the past few infiltration arcs we have anything, you kind of know how it's going to go in a certain way, that this needs to happen for this to happen, and so on and so forth, and there's an end goal, and you kind of know that there might be a couple twists and turns along the way, but you're generally getting from where you are in that arc to that end goal, and then they'll either succeed or they'll fail to try again another time, and it'll just keep moving on like that. So I don't know. I really like the slice of life stuff like this, because I think that it makes an action series, a shonen series, even better, because then you can understand the characters, you can relate to them, you can sympathize with them, and it makes it so when they are in one of those life or death struggles, in one of those battles, you feel for them even more and root for them even more. Makes them way better characters that way. So I like the balance here. So yeah, I guess that's it. So either way, hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you did like it. I guess thoughts as a whole, I loved it, and I kind of went over why I did. So yeah, no real need to go back through it and repeat anything. But either way, like if you did like the video, comment down there, tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more Boku no Hero Academia, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. And if you want a link to our Discord server, just ask and I'll give you one. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.